Now, an appeals court in the United States has temporarily stopped President Biden's vaccine mandate for businesses. The law would require workers at companies with more than 100 employees to be fully vaccinated or get weekly tests. But many Republican states have filed legal challenges, accusing the president of overstepping his authority. Mr. Biden says it is about setting a national standard of safety at work. Well, we can now speak to Sonia Gipson Rankin, who's a law professor at the University of New Mexico, where she teaches constitutional law. Professor Rankin, thank you very much for being with us. What are the legal issues at the crux of this?
So we are at a pretty unique moment. As of Friday, the United States Department of Labor, Occupational Safety and Health Administration released their official regulations called an emergency temporary standards. And what they said was that, as you just mentioned, everyone must be vaccinated or agree to weekly testing. And if you're not vaccinated, agree to weekly testing and wearing a mask. The response that's coming from the petitioners, and this is a group of states, private organizations, religious organizations, have argued that OSHA is exceeding their federal limits, that they're impeding on interstate commerce, and that they're really stepping into things that belong to the states to decide, and that this is outside of the boundaries of workplace safety.
OSHA, you mentioned there, the Occupational Safety and Health Administration. So what is the test that the court needs to determine where federal authority begins and ends?
Well, we're going to be at a place, this is a little bit tricky because this is happening in the Fifth Circuit in the United States, Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals, but there are other cases being raised across the nation. What's going to happen next, or the test that'll be asked, will really be, is this within the purview of OSHA? Is this something that addresses workplace safety? In the United States at this time, over 745,000 people have died. 1,100 people are dying every day related to COVID-19 infections. And so does this in some way, as it will impact 81 million employees, 32 million that are not vaccinated, does this fall into the purview of something that OSHA should be looking at?
Both sides have filed paperwork. What happens next? What kind of timescale are we looking at?
Well, we're in a little bit of a tricky space once again, because this is just the regulations that have come out. Nothing's supposed to actually take effect until January 4th of 2022. So what we're looking at is, as you said, both sides have filed, and the litigation will attempt, of course, to make its way to the United States Supreme Court. But we're going to see what happens, because in recent weeks, the United States Supreme Court has declined to hear petitions for emergency relief concerning vaccination mandates. This will be a little different, as the defendant here is the United States.
OK, Professor Sonia Gipson Rankin, thank you very much for being with us. Appreciate it.
Thank you.